All right, we've got Tony Newbury with us now. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing all right, yeah. Now, tell us a bit about yourself. What type of music do you like to make?
Well, if you ask the people that listen to me, I'm a rapper, but I produce all my stuff. I engineer it, and I'm trying to make my own genre right now. Being honest with you, I call it suburban rap, and it's for like all the kids or all the people that are just coming up from their basement or their home, and they're making original music. Because nowadays, when people start making stuff, everyone's like, "Oh, it's got to be rap. It's got to be rap." So, it's along those lines.
Yeah. And how did you get into music? Did you start off making rap? Was that kind of, were you in an environment where you kind of grew up
Yeah,
around rap?
yeah. No, I grew up in a very rap oriented community. I don't come from like a very bad neighborhood or anything. I come from this
Mm.
suburban community called Candlewood, and we're right by New York City. So that type of music is really what inspires us, like rap and R&B. But that's really what I grew up listening to, like pop, R&B, rap, hip hop, and then like trap music started taking over. But I really don't like that too much. I just like the way the drums sound. That's it.
Yeah. And lyrically, in your music, do you kind of focus on particular issues?
I talk about my life.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like, I just try to keep it real. Like I don't want to make something super political because that can kind of turn me off. I want to speak to everybody at once. I just want to connect with like people like you, people like me that just go throughout their lives and want someone who understands. That's really all I'm trying to do.
Exactly. Now, is the name you go by, Tony Newbury, is that your real name?
Um, we could say that, but it's actually Tony Newberry is this person that I created. This You want to hear the story behind it?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So well, Newberry's the road I grew up on. I moved out a couple months ago. Actually, I'm living with my aunt now. I'm closer to the city, but Newberry Road is where all of the good, all of the bad, all of the learning, happened in my life. And Tony was my older brother's name, who passed away when I was younger. So I use his name to, keep him still living throughout my music and my story, and to show that, that person will never die in vain to me and my family.
Yeah. Is it a tribute thing, or
The
did you
tribute.
just kind of come up with the name because you didn't want to use your real name?
Um, so the idea was I could have used my name, my real name, but it didn't motivate me enough. It just felt like it was something that I was doing just to do.
Yeah.
And then I thought, what would push me on a deeper scale? What would really make me understand I'm doing this for more than just the music? Like I'm doing this for the people who dealt with these hardships growing up. And I felt like using my older brother's name in honor of him and my street name in honor of my family.
And do you think that using a different name kind of makes you do things that you wouldn't necessarily do? Like, it's almost as if you're sort of playing a
Uh,
character in a good way.
I know what you're saying. I've thought about that before, man. And it's weird. Growing up, when all these things happened in my life, I became this really introverted person who dealt with depression and anxiety and didn't know how to handle it. So creating this character, it kind of allowed me to mentally become the person I've always wanted to. So I don't really use the name Tony Newberry for anything other than what I believe in most, to inspire, to be happy in a sense. Like I never really was the person I felt like I should have been as a kid, and I feel like I'm becoming that person now, and it's exciting. It's liberating. I'm doing something, and it feels really good.
Yeah. And have your family influenced your music?
Every song,
Yeah.
every single song, and they're big supporters of mine too. So shout out my mom, my dad, my brother, sister, aunts, uncles, everyone. They really believe in what I'm doing because they see how much it means to me and what I want to do with it. The goal is to inspire. The goal is to give that source of like inspiration to the people who haven't found it yet.
Yeah. And each of the songs you do, are they sort of different styles to each other, or do you kind of like to stick to a sort of niche category?
Yeah, so I have 4 projects out, 4 albums I've done. They're not like official studio albums, they're really like demos, but every single one has changed. And my goal is to just keep changing, keep finding new sounds, new things I like. I would say they're in the same realm. Like if you listen, you're not gonna say, "What the hell is this?" Like I have no idea who this
Yeah.
person is. But they definitely have been changing, and they keep getting better too. So I'm excited about that. You know, I put a lot of work into my craft.
And in the future, do you think that you'll have more songs on the way?
Yeah, I actually have a song dropping tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, I have this song called 6 Feet dropping tomorrow on Halloween, and it's called 6 Feet, so it sounds like, oh, someone died, but it's really about like the rebirth of me as a person, you know, throughout all the things I've gone through, and those people who have gone through all of this garbage going on in your life that just overwhelms you. Um, uh, it's a matter of just saying, you know, like, forget that, I'm gonna overcome it. Like, what else could the world want from me? Like, I'm just gonna keep fighting.
exactly. Writing a song, is that a quick process for you?
Yeah, it actually is the quickest process. It just kind of, so I'll start by I make a beat, and then it'll just come to me. And if nothing comes to me, I put it to the side and I just save the beat, and maybe I'll give it to somebody else or
Yeah.
hold on to it.
And the mixing and mastering, is that something you do yourself? Because you say you make a beat. Do you go further than that?
Yeah, I mix and master and engineer, produce, do everything. I want to find other people to do it for me. It's just for any, if there's any artists that end up watching this, or any people that are like in this field, you know, or hearing it, my thing is, I believe that up until you make it in your field, it's a constant showcase. So I want to create my own sound. I want people to understand what I'm going for. So then when they work with me, they're like, okay, we see potential with what you're doing. Let us put our own form of engineering and mastering on it, and we can make it even better. So I'm looking for those people right now. But everything I've done so far, yeah, it's all been me.
Aha. And when you maybe have just too much work to do and you sort of just get a bit fed up of it, do you do anything to get you back on track?
uh, that's actually kind of tough, because I just went through that recently. You know, like I got really sick. I ended up in the hospital. I I didn't really know what to do, so I kind of just stepped back and realized I needed to value my health, and I started going to the gym, and I kind of put the music down for a minute and just started like studying online, watching more interviews, and talking to my friends and people who care about me. You know, just when things feel like you're getting overwhelmed, I suggest just going out and living your life and focusing on making your body better.
Yeah.
You know?
And musical influences, who do you kind of see yourself as being a big fan of?
So my biggest influences so far, I'll just stick to hip hop ones or like rap ones for now, because I listen to everything. But I love Kanye West, even though his tweets they seem kind of wild at times. I love his music. I love him as an artist. I looked up to J. Cole for his lyrics a lot. You know, I still look up to him. I look up to Russ for what he's done as an independent artist and how he's reshaped the community. You know, I was a big fan of Eminem growing up. The list goes on and on. It's really almost everybody.
Yeah. And what would you say kind of makes you different from them?
What makes me different from them? Probably my sound. You know, I believe I don't sound like anybody else, but at the end of the day, I think what makes me different from the artists I've looked up to is I can be inspired by them and take all of my inspiration from them and put it into my craft, you know?
Yeah.
That really has to be what it is, because that's a tough question. You know, at the end of the day, it's all music, and the content, if it's authentic, you know, it's my own personal life, not their life. So that's really what sets me apart. You know, it's the kids that relate to me, that kid who grew up in the suburbs, who was in a middle class family, that dealt with hardships behind the scenes you wouldn't see. You know, I want to speak to those people.
Yeah, exactly. And outside of music, do you have any hobbies that you like to pursue on the side?
That actually was a problem of mine, because I had none.
Oh,
Like all I would do is music for the past like 4 years, and I'm 21. I started this right when I left high school. Like I had
Yeah.
this idea of this could be what I want to do for the rest of my life. And man, when you only focus on it, it starts to become like less fun in a way. Like you have to have different things. So yeah, I'll play sports like once every now and then. Like I like playing football, like street football, or I played baseball growing up as a kid. I don't like video games. I wish I did. I don't know why I don't like them, but
Hmm.
I can't do it, man. It sucks. Like I really wish I had that attention span, but I really have learned to just love seeing my family when I see them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And where are all the places that we are able to check out your music?
Everywhere. If you could think of any place that has music online, I'm in there. I have Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Deezer, YouTube Music, all of those spots. Like if you type me in on TikTok, my song will even come up on there. So
Wow, it's incredible. And on social media, are you on there as well?
yeah, my main platform is on Instagram. So follow me on there. My name is Tony Newbury _. It's just the underscore afterwards. And then same thing on Twitter and Facebook. And I'm not gonna give anybody my Snapchat, but that's
Oh no.
yeah, right. But and I hate Snapchat too. I really don't even use it. But the other ones, y'all can follow me on there.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Nah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me. I had a good time.